What is up, Josh Rucker, and welcome to today's vlog. All right, so today I'm going to be going over basically how to create your own workout, your exercise program, and basically how many times a week you should be training each body part, how much frequency, and basically what you need. To be honest, this whole video is going to be based off of Stan Efferding and Thomas Delory. Stan Efferding did a video with Thomas Delory explaining exactly what you need to do each week, how many sets, how much volume, how many times you should be training your body parts to get a hypertrophy and get some growth. You're going to be amazed by some of this information. But again, Stan has so many achievements. He's a world's strongest pro bodybuilder. He's like 54 years old, man. Big, jack, shredded. He knows what he's doing. He's been, he's a pro bodybuilder. He's totaled over 2,300 pounds in powerlifting. He's got multiple million-dollar businesses. Like, this guy knows his stuff. He is the founder of the vertical diet. Again, he knows his stuff, man. Like, this guy is smart. I follow him. I listen to basically everything he says about nutrition and stuff. Let's do a little flex real quick. Yeah. So anyways, I want you guys just to listen to this guy. We're going to go over some information. Hopefully this helps you out to help you create your own workout plan, know exactly how much, sets and, stuff you should be doing during the week to help you grow muscle, get a little bigger, feel a little better, and just be the best you can be. So here we go. Let's get into this video.
That is a long time, over 35 years. And back when I started lifting, we didn't have all of this information. The internet didn't even exist. It was back when dinosaurs were still roaming the earth. So I had to hop in my car in Oregon and drive all the way down to Gold's Gym Venice, the mecca of bodybuilding at the time, with all the big names in the magazines, and ask a lot of questions. And in doing that, I acquired a lot of pretty good information. And here we are 30 years later. We've got some fantastic scientists. Brad Schoenfeld, Brett Contreras, just a couple of many fantastic researchers that have done a lot of studies. And they've put together kind of the best evidence for hypertrophy. And so these are the guidelines that I give my clients in order to optimize muscle hypertrophy. We'll talk a little bit about some variations here in terms of strength and joint integrity, but mostly I just want to dial in on the most important stuff for hypertrophy. The first question I get asked, and you probably do too, is way down here on the bottom of the list. What's the best split?
All right, so you can see I asked the same things. I've been asking it for years. What is the best split? And as you can tell, it's literally at the bottom of his list, because he's going to explain here in a minute that it really doesn't matter the split that you're doing. If you're doing a push-pull legs, if you're just doing a push upper body, lower body, break-in upper body, lower body. He explains it in this video. And he's going to go over exactly how many sets you need, 10 to 20 sets a week. You can hit that by 2 days, doing a full body Monday and a full body Friday, hitting 5 sets each body part on Monday, 5 sets each body parts on Friday, and you're going to hit the 10 sets a week, and that's going to help you with growth, not just maintenance. He explains that.
And that's whether you do a upper body, lower body, or you do a 2 days on, 1 day off, or all those questions. And people think there's some sort of magic split. It's way down here at the bottom of the list because it's one of the least important things. So it's really a matter of personal preference and your schedule. What can you do consistently that fits within your lifestyle? That's most important in terms of the split. But there's a lot of things that once you decide what your split's going to be, there's a lot of things that you do have to apply in order to optimize hypertrophy. And we'll go down the list. First of all is frequency. It seems optimal to train every body part twice a week. That means that you could do your full body on Monday and your full body on Friday. You'd have satisfied that evidence-based guideline for hypertrophy.
Gotcha.
Or you can do upper body Monday, lower body Tuesday, upper body Thursday, lower body Friday, and so on. But you're training everything about twice a week. That's optimal for hypertrophy. Then people ask, well, how much volume? How many sets do I do? The range seems to be about 10 to 20 sets a week. And that would be sort of what's considered a minimum effective volume and maybe a maximal recoverable volume. Some people may be able to do more. So maybe you come in to do, say your split is a Monday, Friday, full body. You'd only have to do 5 sets per body part on Monday and 5 sets per body part on Friday to achieve the minimum effective volume. And that would be for hypertrophy, not just maintenance. That would actually cause you to grow.
See, he just said what I just said. It blows my mind, because I used to watch, back in the day, or read the book, Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia, and basically you had to do like a 2-hour workout. So I've been hitting every body part every workout, just trying to hit every shoulders, front delts, side delts, rear delts, bent over rows. Bent over flies, shoulder presses, front raises, side raises, everything. He explains that you really don't need to do all that. There's other exercises too that can actually hit those muscles. Like when you're doing chin-ups, you're actually using your biceps as your chin-ups as you're working your back. So you're basically hitting your biceps and your back at the same time. You don't need to always throw in 3 exercises of biceps to help those biceps grow. Like mine are growing, and I'm really on that program now. I'm kind of combining more stuff and actually giving my body more time to rest, which is helping me recover, to grow, to feel good, to feel better, and actually recover better for my next workout when I get ready to hit it again.
For maintenance, you might only need 5 sets a week.
Wow.
To be able to maintain muscle tissue. And we promote that heavily in terms of people who are dieting to lose weight.
Yeah.
Please lift weights, because otherwise you'll lose muscle tissue and you'll lower your BMR. And what we're trying to do is make sure that you hold on to as much muscle as possible. That would be maybe your minimum commitment, 5 sets a week per body part. Maybe only training once a week. Just get to the gym once a week and do 5 sets per body part. You could be in and out of there in 30 minutes. You could hold on to your muscle. But to optimize hypertrophy and grow, that's about the volume that we're looking for. So anywhere from 5 to 10 sets per body part twice a week would get you your range of 10 to 20. Now, effort. This is pretty important. I liken this to the difference between exercise versus training. If you do 10 reps and you could have done 20, you're exercising, you're not training. The effort invested in that set is probably not enough to cause an effective stimulus to grow muscle. And so we do want to get within 1 to 3 reps of failure. The more experienced you are, the closer you want to get to failure.
Let's go! Did you hear that too? So you want to go 1 to 2 reps shy of failure to help your muscles get that growth and get the hypertrophy. Meaning you don't always have to go to failure. You have to go shy a couple reps to failure. Pushing your body. You ever heard that saying, go to the gym and get out of your comfort zone? That's how people get that look. They get bigger, they get stronger. They help you grow that muscle. You can't just go in there and do 4 sets of 15 when you could have done 4 sets of 25, 4 sets of 30. Doesn't matter if the weight, it doesn't matter the reps. What it matters is, as long as you're pushing your muscles underneath fatigue, 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. And like he said, as you get more intermediate as a working out or a person that works out, you want to go a little bit closer shy of failure. But still, not right to failure, 1 rep or 2 reps shy.
But a newbie, you can leave 3 or 4 reps in the tank and still make sufficient progress. You don't have to go to failure. I always thought that.
Yeah.
And you end up creating a lot of fatigue, a lot of delayed onset muscle soreness, potentially get closer to injury. And so, we like to let people leave reps in the tank so that we can optimize the frequency. Now you can come back 2 days or 3 days later and feel refreshed instead of burned out. That gets us to load. You can lift a heavy weight, about 85% of your 1 rep max for around 5 reps, or you can lift a medium weight, around 70% of your 1 rep max for between 8 and 15 reps, or you can lift a pretty light weight, about 30% of your 1 rep max for 20 to 30 reps. They all yield equivalent hypertrophy outcome, assuming you get to within 1 to 3 reps of failure and have adequate volume and frequency. The load, you get a consistent hypertrophy response irrespective of the amount of weight that you use.
Interesting.
Having said that, you get more fatigue in the 5 rep range. You do get stronger. You'll get more strength. You get more fatigue in the 5 rep range. You also experience a little more fatigue in the 20 plus rep range. So this seems to be the sweet spot in terms of getting the best hypertrophy with the least fatigue, again, allowing you to recover faster, increasing your volume and frequency over time. There is a caveat to that in terms of tendons. You need about a minimum of 70% of your 1 rep max to get an effective stimulus to strengthen and grow tendons over time.
So he just explained basically the rep range, 5, you can still grow and stuff like that, but you're going to be a little bit more fatigued. 20, you can still grow. 8 to 15 is about the sweet spot. Again, you still want to push your body 1 to 2 reps shy of failure on each exercise you're doing, no matter what, and whatever body part you're training, to definitely help you grow that muscle.
Okay. So the lighter weight's probably not terribly effective for that. But you don't need the 85% loads, which I liked as a power lifter, but I discovered that wasn't the best way, for the optimal way for hypertrophy, because it would compromise the amount of time it takes you to recover, and that would compromise your volume and your frequency. Here's how I kind of determine it when I get a client. they'll ask me how many reps, and if I don't know yet what they're capable of, whenever this happens, then I know they've reached maximal muscle fiber recruitment and some of the fibers are dropping off and failing. I'm good. That's the end of your set. You don't need to grind out another one. When the speed significantly reduces, I know they've reached what we call maximal muscle fiber recruitment.
Nice. Come on, push. That's one. Come on, whoop. Strong. Strong. Beautiful.
The exercise selection, we like to put multi-joint movements in first. Your bench, your squat, your deadlift, your dips, your chin-ups, things that, a push exercise that works chest, shoulders, and triceps. A pull exercise that works back and biceps. A leg exercise, of course, that would work, all of your quadriceps and glutes and your hip flexors, etc. Those would be prioritized, but single joint exercises can provide just as much hypertrophy benefit. But you need to probably do a variety of exercises to hit your chest and your tris and your shoulders. If you're doing things like cable crossovers, then you also need to do tricep pushdowns and also need to do some side laterals. Whereas a dip or a bench press or an incline press would get all three. And you kind of see, because people, genetically, they respond differently. So you can see over time which body parts responding well and which are lagging. And then we go down to exercise order, and you can prioritize those that you want to preferentially grow, or might be what's you consider to be a weak point that's not getting proper work from your current program. The body parts that you want to get the most results from, say you've got lagging calves or hamstrings, train those first. Biceps, train them first, and then do your stronger parts afterwards, and you might get better results from that. Tempo, a lot of discussion about what the pace that a rep should be at. It seems that about a 2 to 5 second eccentric, bring it down under control is really all that is. 1, 2, press, or 1, 2, 3, press. A 10-second eccentric's unnecessary and not more effective. And a 1 second eccentric where there's no resistance on the way down, not as effective as controlling the movement. And so that would be your tempo. Rest periods, 2 to 3 minutes. There's a lot of discussion about this. We're talking primarily about hypertrophy today. And the research suggests that if you give your body, say if you do a dip for chest, give it 2 minutes before you do another set of dips. A smaller body part like triceps or biceps might only need 90 seconds. Calves might only need 90 seconds. A squat, you might need 3 or 4 minutes just to remember your name if it's a heavy, set of 12 or something like that. So kind of base it on your ability to recover from that set and be able to invest a similar amount of effort without a significant decline in the number of reps or the amount of weight that you used previously. But for hypertrophy, try and give yourself 2 minutes. Now I know a lot of folks, they got to get in and out of the gym. And they don't have time to sit there and wait for their chest to recover from the previous exercise. Well, that's when we start using what we call supersetting antagonistic body parts, like we did today. We finished an entire workout today where we did 8 sets for chest and 8 sets for back in 25 minutes. And there was 4 of us in here training. And so that was that got us into this time constraint for busy professionals. That gets us down to the split. We kind of talked about that. It's personal preference. You can work your full body twice a week. You can do a push-pull legs, say a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then take a day off and do it again. You can do an upper-lower split. However you decide to do it, it doesn't matter as long as it fulfills these hypertrophy guidelines so you get the best benefit out of it. Next to be periodization. You should have a plan and then try and progress load over time. Your body will adapt. And it has to have a progressive stimulus, meaning you got to add 1 more rep or 5 more pounds or 1 more set in terms of increasing your volume, your total sets per week. Progress that over a period of 6 to 12 weeks through what we'd call a hypertrophy block. Remembering periodically, maybe every 4 weeks or so, to have we call a deload, where you just use maybe half the weight for half the reps or half the sets, or just take a day off. People think that if they take a day off, they're going to regress. And in fact, the long-term research suggests that those people who train continuously versus those people who take a week off every 4 to 6 weeks, they have similar outcomes.
Interesting.
And so you don't need to invest all that time and energy, and you won't get any extra benefit out of it. So pay yourself first by giving yourself some rest time every now and then. It's a good refresher. And you could choose to completely take the whole week off, or you can choose to, again, just go in and move a little, half the sets, half the reps, half the weight. It won't feel challenging at all. You'll get nowhere near the amount of volume or effort that would be required for hypertrophy, but it's long-term, comparing groups of people who use both methods, it's the same outcome.
Well, you heard it from the man himself. Man, I can't even tell you how much information and how much I really look up to Stan. I follow everything he does, man. He has helped me with my strength, my eating, obviously the vertical diet. I have that book right here. You can get this at Barnes & Noble for like 38 bucks, I believe it is, or you can go onto his website, stanefferding.com, and pick up his ebook. I believe it's $100. What's cool about the ebook is it has clickable links. There's links in the book, but obviously it's a lot easier if you just click on the link and it kind of takes you to a video, or it takes you to an article that backs him up and with the research or what he's trying to say to you in the ebook or in the book, basically about why red meat's so important. He's got PhD doctors, MD doctors that back him up. They talk about salt, they talk about digestion, all that in this book. You really need to check it out. But for right now, what we're talking about is how to basically create the best workout plan throughout the week, how many times you hit your body part to grow, to feel good with hypertrophy. And basically, man, he just laid it all on the line for you guys. Like that video, I watch it over and over just to remind myself on really how to train and what I should be doing to push my body to try to grow, get those muscles nice and solid, you know, feel good about myself. And again, I always want more progression. You know, I want to get better. I want to get stronger. And like he said, after so long, you're going to always have to come back and, you know, put a little bit more weight on the bar or more volume, more sets, more reps, whatever it is, because your body will adapt to it. So again, I thank you guys so much for checking me out, man. I hope you guys got a lot of information. I hope this video helped you out. I hope now you can actually have more of a, you know, idea or understanding how many times you should be training a week, you know, for hypertrophy. Obviously, strength's a little bit different. You're going to want to take more rest because your central nervous system, you know, pushing all that weight on you, like he said, 85% load. He even explained that, you know, if you're underneath an 85% load to 90% load, you're going to need more rest because it's going to put more fatigue on your body or your muscles, obviously. That's what he was talking about. Even with hypertrophy, every fourth week, you're going to want to take a deload week or just take the whole week off to let your central nervous system relax, take a break, or your body, period. Or if you still want to get some kind of workout in, which I do, I go in and take a deload week where I'm going half the sets, half the reps, only 60% of my 1RM, 1 rep max. And then, you know, because I still like to feel that little pump, I still like to go in there and get, you know, blood through my muscles and just kind of feel like I'm doing something really. It's kind of hard for me just to take a whole week off. I probably should. I probably would get a lot better results. But again, it's just hard. I love working out. It's like a drug to me. I love the high. I love the pump when I'm working out and how I feel. I love, you know, testing my body and pushing my body every day to be stronger, to be better in everything, in every aspect, in strength, in, you know, hypertrophy, in my eating. I mean, it's just fun for me. So again, thank you guys so much for checking me out. I hope this helped. If you like this video, give it a like, man. Subscribe to me. So next time I come on here, I'll definitely help you guys out much I can from all the information that I'm learning. Again, I love Stan, man. He knows his stuff. Again, thank you guys so much for checking me out. I'll see you guys soon. Boom!